For all you square body lovers, we have a great truck today, 1985 Chevrolet K10, and it has cold AC. Let's take it for a test drive. 1985 Chevrolet K10, so obviously it's a four-wheel drive truck. Really cool setup when it comes to how it runs and drives. It has a non-original 305. Some people complain about a 305 compared to a 350, but in these trucks, driving them back to back, you're never going to know the difference if it's a stock application. This motor runs great. The 700 R4 shifts through all of the gears well. Your power steering, your power disc brakes, all of that stuff functions properly. This truck does have heat and AC, which both work properly. AC blows nice and cold, the heat blows hot. The blower motor works on the speeds. And as you can see here, the drivability of this truck is great. We're cruising at 65 miles an hour without a worry in the world. Just an easy truck to drive. As far as the exhaust goes, it does have aftermarket exhaust. It's got headers on it, aftermarket dual exhaust, and then this one does have Magnaflow mufflers. Not a terribly loud truck in any way, shape, or form. If you wanted to, you could do a louder muffler set, but not a very aggressive sound out on the highway. I'm impressed with how this one goes down the road. The drivability is spot on, something you can feel very confident, very comfortable to drive. It's a good cruising pickup. Doesn't beat you to death at all. On the interior here, it's a stock style black interior. Seat cover's great, carpet looks good. You have nice floor mats. Door panels are not beat up in any way, shape, or form. Grab handles look good. Upper dash looks good. Lower dash looks good. You do have an aftermarket stereo there, and then you have a radio mounted, or excuse me, a radio remote mounted to the dash there that comes on and off. I think it's just Velcro. Yeah, just Velcro. And then your factory four-wheel drive shifter down low. The only complaint I have on the interior here is, if you can see it in the video, the headliner is kind of coming down a little bit. Needs to be re-glued, but it's in nice shape, so having that repaired is really simple. Your visors do look good. All your plastics in here are in really nice condition. You have your glove box over here, which has your spit decal with all of the original codes, which is cool. And then again, aftermarket stereo, your Bluetooth microphone up top there, mounted above the rear view mirror. Gauges are clear and easy to read. This is a truck that is a clean Carfax and a clean Autocheck, no accidents or damage ever reported. With how clean the truck is underneath, it's reading 83,863 miles. It very well could be the original miles, but I can't 100% verify because there is no mileage entries on the Carfax or the Autocheck. So I'm just guessing that it could be an 83,000 mile truck. I just don't know. Could go either way, so speculation on that one, what the true miles are on the truck, but being that the driveline's not original, not that it really matters all that much on these trucks. So on the does it work section for this truck, you have two things that are not listed as working. The cruise control doesn't work, and the shifter indicator does not work as well. The little arm, you can kind of see it moving in there for the shifter indicator, but it's not 100% working. I take it back, there's a third item. The dash clock doesn't work, but that's really minimal stuff. You'll see a screenshot of the does it work section posted in the additional media section on the website pcclassiccars.com. Wow, I am all over the place here today. But we're warmed up, so let's go ahead and get in the throttle. It's got plenty of power to do what you're going to do for a regular driving pickup like this. It cruises nice. That transmission shifts through the gears well. One thing I forgot to touch on as far as the does it work section, you have two gauges mounted below the dash. You have an oil pressure and a temperature gauge. Those are the ones that are functioning. The ones on the dash are not ones that are hooked up. You're going to want to focus on the ones underneath the dash. You can undo those and hook up your factory ones if you want those to work, but the two gauge pot on the dash is going to be more accurate for you. As far as the underneath goes, it is a really solid truck. The inner rockers are nice and solid. The frame looks great. The floors, the bottom side of the bed, the inner fenders, all of your normal spots that these trucks get rust. This one is a good, solid pickup. And then on the exterior, this was a color change. Originally, it was a silver truck. Now it's obviously red. I would say the paint is going to be the biggest negative on this one. Walking up to it, it has a great shine to it, and it's a good-looking truck. But on close inspection, you can see some imperfections in the bodywork down both sides. It's got some little things that could be PDR'd. On looking down an angle, you can see where, again, it could have been made straighter. There's some reaction spots on the hood. Again, in the photos, it looks like $1 million, but in person, you can definitely nitpick the paint and body. If you're wanting a truck to hop in and drive and have fun with, and if you get a stone chip or a little imperfection, it's not going to be the end of the world. This is a great truck for that. You can still be proud of it, but on close inspection, you can kind of nitpick the paint to death. The doors do open and close nice. You have a nice tonneau cover in the back. You have an older style spray and bed liner back there, but the bed floor is in good condition. Nice wheels, good tires all the way around. Again, just cosmetically, I would just say that the paint is older, and it does have its flaws in the bodywork, but it's not a rusty truck. The worst spot is going to be a little bubble on the lower portion of the bed side, right behind the driver's side rear tire. Again, you'll see photos of all these nitpicky spots all the way around the truck in that additional media tab, so make sure you guys check that out. As far as your creature comforts, you have power windows and power locks. You do have tilt and you do have cruise. Again, the cruise doesn't work, but your other creature comforts like the windows and locks, those are working properly. You got your dual tank switch there on the dash. Glass is clear and easy to see out of. Some small little nicks in the windshield, but minimal stuff, nothing to worry about replacing. And one cool thing that this truck has, obviously these are manual mirrors on the left and the right side, but it has like a newer style rear view mirror that's got your directional. So we're going southeast right now, and then you have your temperature, and it's 62 degrees outside. So it's got a newer style rear view mirror with the little digital displays up in the corner there, which is pretty cool. It's wired in. Nice little addition that you don't normally see on trucks like this. Steering wheel feels really good. You have that tilt to get in and out, makes it really comfortable. The seat foam is not crazy broken down. It's a good, comfortable truck. You can take this on a longer trip if you wanted to. It's not beating me to death. The suspension feels good. It's all stock style equipment. Some of the bushings are a little bit older, but nothing, again, that I'm going to worry about replacing at this point in the truck's life. Good power from that little 305. That 700 shifts through the gears well. The 4x4 all works properly. You have your selector down here on the floor. The hubs work. Again, no real complaints mechanically. The things that you're going to note on this one is just, again, the cosmetic issues, as well as a couple really small things not working. When you pop the hood, the engine bay is really nice, really clean and stock. Engine bay shows well, inner fenders, firewall, core support. Again, normal spots of these get rust. This one doesn't have problems like that. Fluids check out good. Hoses, belts, wiring, charging system, it's all doing its job. It's all clean, ready to go. The only things I would do to this truck is drive it. There's not a whole lot to really know. I don't really care about the cruise control, and I don't really care about the shifter indicator not working. That's about it. You know, I'm going to try the cruise. Sometimes we can get them to engage. Sometimes they're just finicky. Nah, it ain't working. So cruise is still going to be a no. All right. No one's coming. We can roll into it here. Fun square body truck. Really is. As always, I'm Michael. This is a 1985 Chevrolet K10 with a 305, a 700R4 automatic overdrive. You got cold AC. From myself and everybody else here at PC Classic Cars, we appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of our test drives. Make sure you check out that additional media section on the website, pcclassiccars.com, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.